scrape it up, and then if you want, you can make it up. Take it up, drop it back down so you shake it up. Scrape it up, and then if you want, you can make it up. Take it up, drop it back down so you shake it up. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm gonna pop it till I drop, cause I ain't dropping Miss Daisy. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. I got a boast, I move like a ghost. Give them that Patrick Swayze's. All of them lost, they knew the cost. I chase them down, I'm the boss. Up in the circle, hitting that purple. If that don't work, maybe a perk. Well, Madison High, that is the spot where I get paid every raise. Sign on my checks with a big X, then get up out of my space. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. All of my shit, always legit, it's just what my mama gave me. I'm always first, that's crazy. My future never been hazy. Call it a win, once I begin, I'ma do it for my baby. Running back, watch out cause I'm on the attack. Passing by, it's easy, I'm not gonna lie. Running back, watch out cause I'm on the attack. Passing by, it's easy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I am the one, hot like the sun, winning the races that pay me. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. Hitting the throttle, popping the bottle, pour it on top of like gravy. It's never a cap, winning the snap, and no one got nothing to say. I'm in every place, taking every race, nobody can get in my way. Tapping the brake, first to the take, I never knew how to die. Give all the rest, all of my best, all of that takes running dry. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. You think you know how this will go, don't be so goddamn hasty. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'll see you there, blood in the air, victory's gonna be tasty. Crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy. I'm always first, it's crazy. My future never been hazy.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
think you've got what it takes.
Ladies and gentlemen, ready for countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life will be forever. That's my long time. I'm in fact, it's something else.
2 decades have shaped the world.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Good evening, one. Good evening, all, and welcome to Tuesday Night Thunder Shock Series. Here on Inside Lane Productions, it's me, Joe Lo, up in the booth with Big Al. Kobe's down in the truck, making it all happen and bringing it to you live here across the airwaves from the iRacing service. And we've got for you a lovely set of laps around my hometown track tonight, actually, where I grew up, well, near where I grew up. This is Worldwide Technology Raceway, and we are going to have a great time tonight. Big Al, are you pumped for this one?
Up, Joe. Can't wait to get this one going. As a matter of fact, this will be the last race in the series, so big complications or implications surrounding our complications in order to get this thing in the books tonight.
That's right. You saw a few details there of the track up on screen. Right now, we got the guys going around, finishing up practice before qualifying starts here. And in a second here, we can pull up the championship standings and have a little look-see, a little looky-loo at how things are going. Leading into this race in Madison, Illinois, just outside St. Louis, Missouri, we've got James Watson up on top. Nija Camargo in second right now with 310 points. Watson's got 404. That's a big gap to try to make up. But remember, the fight right now is between Camargo, Labarge for second. Very close there with only 9-point difference between them. So depending on how things shake up, we could see a switching of the points here. And we got Long, Mins, Shire, Fell, Bernardi, Aldrich, and Morse to round out the top 10. And how about, you know what, Worldwide Technology Raceway is a uniquely shaped track. Can you give us some unique tips for how to conquer this hill tonight, Big Al?
That's right. First one's going to be heavy braking into turn one. You got to look for it. Like you said, very unique shaped track. So coming down into 1 and 2 is going to be a lot tighter than 3 and 4. Next. Exit speed off of turns 2 and 4. Those were the ones that we were just talking about. Coming off of 2 and 4, got to keep it pointed in the right direction before you actually put the hammer down. That's going to be another thing that's going to be key here tonight. And last but not least, tire and a rhythm management. Both of those, this track, in order to get a rhythm here, it's going to take a couple of laps. And once you get that rhythm, you want to make sure that these guys are very cognizant of the tire management strategy that also comes into play here, Joe, as I don't think they're going to need to change tires until this thing is actually over.
Yeah, tires may not actually come into play. That's an interesting point here. We got 50 minutes of racing as usual. So let's see. We'll look a quick look again at the conditions here. 1.25 miles around here. Madison, Illinois, where we're located. 50 minutes around, 3 sets of tires, but we may not use any. Fuel limit of 55. It's 76 in the air, 78 on the track. It's a nice, tepid, relaxing night. A good night for a light jacket. You know, barely even that. Just a t-shirt, you'd be fine outside. It's a beautiful cloudless sky. And there's the iRacing blimp going around and giving us that sky camera point of view.
How's the weather where you are tonight?
How's the weather where I am? Well, it's chilly. Very chilly. How about you?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're sitting here under Bama skies, still a boggy 59 degrees. I think we're going to be up a little bit, probably till about Friday, I think, is when we actually start to see it go down again.
Hey, not bad. It's all about 20 degrees colder up here into the Chicago area. So wherever you are, folks, I hope that you're staying warm and or staying comfortable at the very least. And I hope you're enjoying a little bit of the action on the that we're going to be having going around the circuit here tonight. Thank you for following along. Also, I just want to say, if you've been following along this TNT Shock Series, so far we've done, this is the 12th race now, and it's been a joy to be able to call this series with you, Big Al, and with Kobe. So folks, if you're here for the last race of the season, get pumped and get excited, because it's going to be a good one, and we're looking forward to bringing it to you live.
We're going to bring it to you live. Let's go ahead and take a look at our picks here for tonight's event. And then at the same time, you can let us know who you're picking to actually bring home this race this evening. I guess I'll go ahead and start it off with me. Well, I went on and I picked Murray Pompiani. Pompiani was putting down the fastest laps race time, so I figured, well, let's go ahead and give him a run and see how he does overall. How about you, Joe?
That's a good choice, my friend. Today, it's hard to admit that he hasn't been dominating this entire series so far, so you know what it is. It's James Watson. I got to say that there's always a good chance that James Watson will win the race, and I think that for the last race here at Worldwide Technology Raceway, we're going to see a great showing out of James Watson. And how about you, Kobe?
Myself, oh, by the way, good evening, gentlemen, good evening, viewers. Myself, I went with Nige. I don't know why, I just feel something again. I don't tend to go off facts, that's not my style, I go off vibes. And tonight, my vibes are sending me in Nige's corner, so bring it home for me, Nige. I know you got it in you. Back to you, gentlemen, take it away.
You got it, my friend. Well, there's your pick 3, 60, 39, and 59, and if you're a gambling person, that's the lotto numbers for you to use tomorrow when you head and pick up your ticket. In the meantime, let's see if these guys are going to get lucky, or who is going to get lucky tonight. Out of our picks, hopefully we'll see one of those 3 gentlemen walk away with it. Obviously, it's going to be I don't think anything's going to happen to really take James Watson's crown away here at this point, but let's take a close look at that second place battle. And let's make sure that we see how that plays out, because that's going to be an interesting one overall. Right now, eyes down on the field. Let's take a look at a few of the guys going around. This is Michael Long in the 21 car. And I admit that all I know about Worldwide Technology Raceway in terms of how to tackle it is that it definitely is a tight squeeze into 1 and 2 versus 3 and 4. But where do you make the pass here, Big Al? Do you make it on 3 and 4, or do you try to make it on 1 and 2, or is it more versatile than that?
I think you're really going to see most of the passing going down that front stretch there. That's probably where the majority of the pass is going to be between 4 and 1. Now, additionally, the outside stretch, you might be able to see a couple down the stretch, but, corner passing, it's going to be a tough one. But either way, I tell you what, Joe, it's going to be tricky to get around anybody here tonight.
That's right. We've got a pretty solid field overall, including a familiar name on the tower. Just ignore that. Somebody might have fat-fingered the button to spectate the race and is not actually racing tonight in the number 10 car. But we've got... Oh, that would be me. That would be my ghost.
You're not racing.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, I'm definitely not racing. I might as well just, hand in my gloves and just go say I'm going to sit in the stands, boys, because I wouldn't be able to keep up with these guys at all. The skill here is way, way higher than mine. And let me just say, there's a reason that I commentate. Those who can't drive, commentate.
There's nothing wrong with that. I've been talking for a long time. I've been driving for a long time. It just seems like I talk a lot better than I drive.
Who else we got here going around here?
Watson.
Our man, James Watson.
That 39 car, he's here tonight. I think he's already wrapped up his championship. I think he's just here to go out in a bang. James doesn't like to lose. So that's definitely one thing we will definitely be watching tonight to see just how dominant he tries to be.
And it's just a matter of time before James Watson shows us how dominant he's going to be. It's only about, we got about 2 minutes left, a little less than that.
Yeah, I tell you what, 50 seconds left. Go ahead and take a step away, get a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with the lineup and tonight's race.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Hey, folks, we are back here in Madison, Illinois for that TNT Shock Series. Final race. Let's give you the grid. Here's what's going to happen. Brian LaBarge is going to be your grid, your number one spot on the grid, the pole position. James Watson in second place. Murray Pompiani is going to be in third. Miles Morse in fourth. Simon Fell is going to be in fifth, with Eric Dubois in sixth. And Big Al, take it away from here.
That's going to put Victor Aldrich in seventh place. Eighth place shows Michael Long. Connor Menz is in ninth. And Naiji Camargo rounds out the top 10 with Westshire and Peter Dunchak rounding out this 12-car field.
Looking good, looking good. And that last car who is not going to be taking to the field. Let me see if we can just, there we go. We are already on the road. Looking good, looking good. James Watson getting them warmed up right there behind the pace car. As usual, he likes to start with those tires a little bit warmer than everybody else. You see, most people will drive a nice straight line, but he fully believes in that wiggle. But the 60 of Murray Pompiani also doing a little bit of warming up, but not quite as much as Mr. Watson, who has got that full oscillation going.
Yeah, definitely going to be watching this. The Battle of the Little Wings here tonight, Joe, getting it off for the last time here in the 2025 season. Not sure when the 2026 season is going to start, so make sure you go ahead and tell us all about ourselves in the comments, positive notes only. Also, let us know who you got picked to win this thing here tonight overall.
That's right. We'd love to see some participation, love to hear from the folks. So pass along whatever you're thinking, and let's get ready to race. Get on the edge of those seats, get those drinks ready, the popcorn in hand, because we are about to kick things off here at Worldwide Technology Raceway. There's the green flag. We are go, go, go!
Flag is out, and we are underway at the Worldwide Technology Race Center. Wasting no time to get it started just a little bit. Watching Brian Labarge there as he is dancing back and forth between that 6 car of Pompiani. Labarge wastes no time getting out in front.
Right out in front. And oh, here comes Watson, though. Watson down to the inside, looking for 1 and 2. It's got it, nice and clean. A little ways back, fight for third. It's Miles Morse versus Murray Pompiani. Pompiani in the 73, Pompiani in the 70, on the high on the outside, has a little bit of an advantage on Morse right now. But right ahead of him is the 8 of Brian Labarge, so he's got nowhere to go. Morse has the opportunity here to run the inside line, but that inside line does not look like it's fully tenable here on some of these moments. Oh, I was wrong. Oh, there we go. Morse tries it, but can't quite seal the deal on the exit.
It looks like these guys are battling for second place, as James Watson has now made his way to the front, and he is going to be where he hangs out best, and I think that's where he's going to probably want to stay for the duration. We'll be watching intently to see if his strategy changes from racing to conservative, because sometimes we do actually see that as well, Joe.
That's true. That's true. And he could switch up that strategy at any point in time. We got a long race ahead of us here. Well, not a long race per se, but a solid 50 minutes. Oh, big dive down to the inside.
Fell. And that 256 car, he gets out of the throttle. That's going to send him all the way to the back of the line.
I think that, that's going to send Fell back. Very unfortunate there. Up a little ways. Victor Aldrich trying to get between Mins and Long. Mins on the inside. Connor Mins right now in the 6 machine, the Sunoco 6, has got the block. Ooh, here comes a big move. Victor Aldrich looking for the inside. He's got it, but can he seal the deal? Can he close it here? I think he did.
Big battling going on up front between Miles Morse, and he gets into Labarge. That sends Labarge into the wall. That's definitely going to affect him. Actually,
wow.
That was Menzies, I do believe, that actually took the rough end of that.
I think that was the Murray. Was that the 60 machine of Murray Pompiani, I think, who accidentally got up into our man there, Brian Labarge?
Not sure. But this definitely changes things here as you're watching the front. That's going to allow Murray Pompiani and Miles Morse. Now these guys are just free and clear. Looks like they're now going to be trying to put that pressure onto the back of Watson.
That's true. Well, let's hope that this doesn't go 2 for 2 for Pompiani here. That was an unfortunate hit, but we don't want to see any more contact here. Like we've talked about before, these open wheel cars don't have any room for forgiveness when they're door to door. There is no door to door here. It's just tire to tire.
Yeah, that's it. And then once the tires hit the fends, well, that's it, my friends.
Yeah, yes, sir. It's disastrous. But here comes a disaster for James Watson. Murray Pompiani down to the inside, takes the 60 little wing to the front. Watson with the do-si-do, though, says, not today. I'm going to slide right back up there and I'm going to take that spot right back from you. Watch this. And so he does. Pompiani cycles back just a little ways ahead of Miles Morse, but this fight is not over. Pompiani is going to cycle yet again around to the inside, and I think we could be seeing this happen for a couple of laps coming up here.
Yeah, indeed. Well, it's going to happen right now, and I know Watson's not happy at all that he had to relinquish that position to Pompiani, but believe me, he is not going to just let that go. He'll sit back there for just a while, but you got to know that there's something else that he has got that he is definitely putting in his head to regroup and come back and attack.
That's right. That's right. Now we've got that situation up front. Here comes, James Watson getting sandwiched very close right there between Miles Morris and Murray Pompiani. In the back, though, we've got Victor Aldrich still trying to make passes. Right now, he's trying to make a pass on Michael Long. Wasn't able to do it. Aldrich cycles way back. Unfortunate there. He loses a lot of speed. He's going to end up side by side with Simon Fell, falling back a little further, just a little ahead of Donchak, as the fight in the back also heats up. Up front, though. Back to the front. James Watson cycles back to third as Miles Morse and Murray Pompiani race neck and neck for first.
Once again, this could be by plan. Watson not one to kind of get caught up in the early mania. That's the word I was going to say. I guess that's the word that you could say, because we've seen already that it did not work out too well for the 11 car of Brian LaBarge.
That's right. Mania it is. Now I just saw Murray Pompiani Tokyo Drift through 1 and 2. And I'm wondering if maybe he might be overdriving it a little.
What would give you that idea?
Just the car going sideways. That's all I got.
Yeah, I have that here, especially on these gateway jobs, you know.
There we go. Contact. That was definitely contact between Pompiani and Morse. Pompiani losing just a little speed as he starts that slide, and I don't think he realized that was happening. Morse, tucked up in there, gets clipped just on the mustache, just enough to send him up into the wall, and he's fallen all the way back to the pack. Now up in front, it's just a 2-car train between Murray Pompiani and James Watson.
And just like that, we're down to 2, but that does not stop what's going on in the back of the pack. Still got that car now. Easy Camacho. He is leading that gaggle, I would like to call it, but these guys are getting racy back here, Joe. They're definitely going to be putting the hammer down, trying to make something out of this, as Naiji Camacho and Michael Long be going side by side for what appears to be third place. Long started this thing in a decent position. Looks like he is definitely going to try to keep that going as well.
That's right. Yeah, Long is holding on to that third place spot. He's 5 up from where he started, but he's been avoiding getting caught up in the craziness behind him, and it has been pretty crazy behind him. Speaking of crazy, Victor Aldrich, one of the more ambitious drivers of the night, now trying to make a move on the outside of the 21, but he's got such little control, it feels like. Lots of movement, lots of instability. There we go. Aldrich has got it locked back down again. Good to see. Let's see if he can use the outside, though, to try to make a pass on the 21. I'm thinking, nope, he's going to use the inside here.
He's definitely setting up for the crossover, but that door got shut as quick as it opened.
Yeah, it did. Wonder it was Camargo who shut that door for him. He got a glimpse out of his side mirror, maybe, saw Camargo coming and said, I got to be really careful about this move. Look at this right here. This is just a bad spot to be in. Mike, obviously, if you're Michael Long, just hold the line, man. Just hold that line. But if you're Victor Aldrich, where are you going to put the car? Oh! Aldrich just tried to ramp it off of Long. Wheel-on-wheel action as Aldrich falls back 3 places. Ouch. Really unfortunate there. Camargo, though, takes the opportunity to cycle out to the front.
Yeah, that could have
the front of this little pack.
Yeah, it could have been catastrophic, Joe, but looks like it's going to live to race along.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And he's actually Victor Aldrich is heading down pit road. He must have taken some damage from that moment. As still in the middle of the pack right now, Simon Fell throws his hat in the ring with Nija Camargo for third place. Bad turn entry for Fell. He loses a lot of speed there. Let's see if the exit's going to have a better story. He needs to catch up to Camargo and be in a great spot at the start of the turn to be in a good spot for the exit. Here comes the move. He's down on the inside, the 256 now. Holding on. Ooh, terrible exit, as we see. He's into the wall. Oh, just barely. I think he might have hit the brakes just before he hit it.
Still one of those things that we were talking about. That's one of those talking points. You have to watch the car off the exit, especially turns 2 and 4.
That's right. Oh man, I feel bad.
Around. You know,
Yeah,
you didn't make contact.
True.
But it's
good save, man.
Definitely going to put a little bit of a wrinkle in their plans here for today.
It is, my friend. It is. And you mentioned that, these guys might make it on one set of tires. Big Al, I don't know how. I don't know how they're going to do it on one set of tires.
That was just me talking.
I thought maybe that was expert analysis. I thought you were suggesting they were going to pull it off on one. Now I'm looking at how buttery these guys are as they're all spinning around.
Well, look here. If they do pull it off on one, then you really had some inside expert analysis.
You know what? And I heard it first here. Inside Lane Productions, baby.
And if it didn't go that way, then something is terribly wrong with what they're doing.
Well, let's see what else can go terribly wrong, or let's hope nothing can go terribly wrong here. But I'm seeing some slippage occur. Camargo's car is starting to get a little bit twisty on some of these turns here. Now, I don't know in open wheel racing how much you want to see that slip angle and how much you need that angle, but it feels like you're just riding on the head of a pin, man, and it feels like it's not going to work for you in the long run if you let your car lose that level of grip that it should have being a winged car in one of these situations.
Yeah, absolutely. You need grip. Grip is the key thing. Without it, you're going to be slip sliding away around this racetrack.
Right now, grip is the key word. Camargo fighting for grip. Manages to hold on through 1 and 2. 3 and 4 are a little bit wider. He can let off a little bit of steam there, but it's still going to be a situation where he's got to watch that slip line. Got to watch it. Coming down through 3 and 4 across the line. Watch the 59 here into 1 and 2. Let's see what happens. It's getting a little worse each time. But like the expert that he is, Camargo continues to hold on to that vehicle's stability and make it work for him. Up at the front, there is still a little race going on between Pompiani and Watson. Pompiani is out ahead just a little bit. Watson has not let go. There is no gap between the two in terms of a mountain for Watson to climb. He can hit the gas whenever he wants, and I think that's exactly what he wants. Like you said, Big Al, he's going to stay tenacious. He's going to stay up there. He's going to stay in that bubble as much as he possibly can. The gap that's forming here is the 4-second gap between Watson and Camargo, and I just think that the second half of the field, a couple of bad hits really split the field. About the 1/3 mark through this race here, and now we're seeing the effects of that, as we're probably not gonna get any yellows anytime soon either.
Yeah, I definitely think the yellows are gone for the evening. Most of what we've seen have been incidental contact and a couple single car spins, but other than that, it has been clean and green, just like the skies out here tonight, perfectly clear. That's going to make it a little bit more challenging because I don't think anybody's going to be the first one that's wanting to come down pit road. Now, people are going to have to pit, That's not out of the question. They're going to need to come in at some point, get some gas, and then I guess it'll be the matter of seeing just how many people take fuel only.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to keep a keen eye on pit road and see how things are going there. It looks like Victor Aldrich still down pit road right now. He's been down there for a while. And everybody's kind of found a groove. Even the guys in the second pack there, Camargo, Long, Mins, Donchak, they've found a groove for themselves. And part of it is because guys like Morse and Fell have taken hits to the wall that have cycled them so far back that now you've got Miles Morse, a man alone, Simon Fell, a man alone. These guys are seconds apart from each other, and they've got no assistance. And the only other person you've got I can think of at the end of the race there is Eric Dubois. Eric Dubois is 2 laps down, but you know, from Donchak back, you've got guys who have taken some hard hits during this race so far.
I think another part of it, Joe, is one of the keys was also is finding that race rhythm. These guys really got out there and they started hammering away at nails, and they were wailing like it was a heavyweight fight. That was going on a lot into the earlier laps of the race. Now it seems they're trying to get their footing now, establish that race rhythm, and then well, once we start stop sliding, then we'll get it going again.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll have to see how that goes. Michael Long actually able to get out ahead of Nisha Camargo, taking that 3rd place spot. Camargo falling back now almost 2 places, maybe 2 places, as Mins in the 6 pulls forward. That Sonic 06 machine has been also, I'm going to use the word again, tenacious one all night. He's been good, sitting 5 places up from where he started at 9th, taking advantage of those little opportunities that have been coming up and cementing his place in the top 5. But can Connor Mins push his way any further forward? Getting to that 3rd place spot means passing Michael Long.
Yeah, is it time yet? That's another thing, you know. You really got to pace yourself. You got to look at it like this is a heavyweight fight. You really want to try to drag this thing out. You don't want to get out there, start swinging too early. You know, this is the time in the race where you're really just trying to find that balance, Joe. You're trying to find the where the car hooks up, how it handles. You know, tracks changed a lot now that there's new rubber down. So where is that groove? Has it shifted? These are the things that the drivers are looking for now, because that's going to be what's going to help them out in the latter part of this thing.
That's excellent insight, excellent point of view there, Big Al. I couldn't have said it better myself. As the track changes and as these guys start to read the tea leaves a little bit and figure out what's going on, they got to find that rhythm. And I think that, you know what, the more we've been talking, the more I've been watching, it feels like they've sort of found that rhythm. You got a few guys who are still making a little push here and there. Yeah, but then you got guys like James Watson, who's found the rhythm very well. He's falling back into it. Michael Long was one of those guys who pushed things a little bit, but I think you've got, I almost said Nisha Camargo, but he's down pit road right now. He might be ready to set up a new rhythm for himself.
Yeah, that will be that first green flag pit stop. This one is probably going to be that one and only scheduled stop. Looking to see how the time is. 32 minutes have elapsed. So that's putting him down here now a little bit early. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe he's going to have to stop twice, or maybe he's still going to be good at one on this thing.
We'll see. Oh, he doesn't. He's up in the air and then he's back down. That was a very fast 6.6 there in the pits. Now I don't know how these things shape up with tires compared to NASCAR, but is 6.6 enough to get 4 in gas?
That's 4 in gas.
Wow, that's a fast pit stop here with these bad boys. These open wheel things, they're crazy. Oof. Next, we're going to see Murray Pompiani coming down, also getting some love there. 1 second, my producer just said something to me. What was that? Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Okay, 7.98 in the pits. We were just talking about how you can do a 6.6 in the pits, and 7.98 for Murray Pompiani is just, that's an ouch moment when you've got James Watson doing a 7.17 and cutting off 0.8 right there. It's just not, it's just not pretty.
Watson had a 6.6. And Easy had a 6 flat. So when you see that 7.5 stuck up there on the board, it really does stand out like a sore thumb.
It does. And here we go. Yeah, Pompiani putting down great times otherwise, though. Absolutely great times otherwise. Some other fast times up on the board. We had that 6.3 and 6 from Michael Long's team. Great job there. Back out onto the field. Everybody goes out in front. Connor Mins currently leading things, but he has not gone down pit road. Oh, here we go. I spoke too soon. Him and Peter Donchak both taking pit road right now.
You're looking at the mark on the wall, just under 30 minutes, so we're right at halfway. These guys making it to that pivotal moment here. Now this thing should slide all the way into the end, Joe. So now it's just a matter of watching these guys and see how will they conserve during the second half of the race.
It's time for you and me to consider the finer points of racecraft and beer brewing and knitting and all that kind of stuff as these guys all file in and figure out exactly how they're going to race the second half of this race, because they're going to get pretty spread out here. I got a feeling that they're going to get spread out, and what we're going to be seeing is some serious time trialing going on here. Guys just trying to outrace themselves, guys trying to make sure their vehicle stays on the road. And for us up here in the booth, I want to really break this down a lot. I want to take some time and maybe go driver to driver a little bit and just really give them their laurels, I want to say, for the season they've had so far, and talk a little bit about their work in tonight's race. Specifically, let's talk about James Watson. Comes out ahead of Murray Pompiani, and he's 3.5 seconds out from Pompiani right now, and that gap appears to be growing.
Yeah, James definitely has been getting his flowers this whole season. I mean, he has come out and kind of made this his own little group, if you will. Seems like he invites all of his friends that he can push around. I don't know if that's going to work out maybe the same as next year. Maybe somebody's going to throw something in there, change it up a little bit. But Watson, week in, week out, totally comes to the track, shows up, dominates. And if he doesn't, well, if we're not talking to him, no one's talking to him.
That's true. That's true. And right behind him, Murray Pompiani, a fantastic drive out of him. Really great drive tonight, especially sitting in third from where he started, up now to second, was in first for a while there at the beginning of this race. Ooh, let's look back here. A little bit of side-by-side action right now as Connor Mins makes the pass on Michael Long for P5. Mins back on the top 5 situation. He's only got 2 to go before he would make his way to the podium, but he is a little ways behind. We've got a spin and a yellow.
The one thing that we said we probably wouldn't have, as soon as
Donchak.
As soon as I said something there, he comes to prove me wrong.
Donchak was like, bet. And then he spun the wheel. Let's see what happened. Oh, that little switchback. And then he didn't clear the field very well there. So that's going to be a yellow. Yeah. Stylish fix, though.
That's going to give us a unique opportunity to step away, get some words from our sponsors, and we'll be right back here once this thing kicks off green again.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Hey, we are back, pacing things off here, and we've got we got a driver up here in the booth with us right now, Brian the Barge. How's it going?
Good. Figure you guys might want to have a little bit of a driver's opinion on this, a little bit of commentary as we go through. I'll let you guys do your thing, but yeah.
Welcome to have you. Nice to have you up in the booth. Could be good to see how things are going from down there. How are things going so far?
Well, this caution is going to change a lot of things, and it's happening right around the fuel window. Because what do we got left for time left?
In time, we're sitting at about 23 minutes.
Yeah, so it's between like 20 to 22 minutes fuel save or fuel for the whole stint. So it's going to be very nip and tuck right now as we get going.
All right, and get going. We will be right here. Here comes the green flag. We are go yet again here at Worldwide Technology Raceway for TNT.
Yeah, definitely got this thing kicked back off again. And the one thing I know that James Watson, I guarantee you that he didn't want to see that caution come out, because that changes everything. Not only does it totally ruin the strategies that these guys work so hard to just try to get them timed in. Oh, got a car bouncing off another car.
That's a bad hit.
Hard for me to see the numbers there. But yeah, so that caution, it could not have come at an opportune time for some, but it's just going to be a train wreck for others.
Yeah, and Brian, you had a pretty bad hit early in the race. That took you out of the race, didn't it?
It did. Just a little bit. Nothing.
Just all a little. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, let's put it this way, it wasn't really egregious. I think the net code, I probably would have made maybe a little bit of contact further in the corner, but I think that was a little bit, me turning in a little bit, and I think a little bit of Murray coming up a little bit, but there was a little bit of net code. I think I got the worst of it, obviously, but no big deal.
Well, I'm glad that you're staying in positive spirits there, and I'm glad to have you up here in the booth for a little bit of extra commentary. Right now, we're going to go back to the field, though. Side by side for that fourth place spot is Miles Morris and Murray Pompiani. Pompiani, losing grip here. The 73 just not quite able to hold on through 3 and 4 there.
Another wreck in the back.
Wreck in the back.
That's going to be a big one.
Ooh, Donchak, Dubois, and Mins.
Well, no
caution. Anyone?
No caution. Once again.
Wow.
Yeah, there has been. It's been something the drivers have been talking about, that for whatever reason the iRacing, even though we have the automatic yellows set in the session, for whatever reason it's just not registering on a lot of things. So it's amazing that didn't pick up yet. It registered Peter's spin that brought that first caution there. So that part's a little Because I tell you what, another caution at that point would have, I think everyone probably would be safe on fuel, but I think now you still have the fuel question. Still in play, so it's going to, and that's going to benefit the drivers who are going to be, not out in front of clean air. So, for example, Naiji's going to have a tough time saving. If you're the lead car in that pack, it's going to be very difficult to do that. There's another one.
Oh, another one. There's the yellow.
Was justified. Morris went upside down.
Oh man. And Morris went fully upside down there.
Precautions.
As we are back under yellow. Oh wow. Smashed. Now it's a war of attrition. We probably got about 6 cars left in one piece. Whoa! Wow. Let's see that again. Is that... It looks like Pompiani turns it down and maybe loses a little bit of traction. And that has him turn down a little more than he expects, and he gets right underneath.
Yeah, that is a very tricky thing to do, or at least that part of the track, because depending on how you have your car set up, with the 2 different styles of corners, if you get it to steer out of 1 and 2, it's going to tend to want to push in 3 and 4. So there's a lot of times that, depending on your tire temperatures, you can try to keep your foot in it, and the back will go out on you. And once that happens, it's very difficult to save. But let's see what these pit stops have.
Yeah, we got people coming down pit road right now to get freshened up and to take care of that fuel problem. Well, that wipes that right off the board, right? We don't have to second guess fuel anymore.
Yep, and everyone's limited to 2 sets of tires. So at this point, whatever you've got in your car now, this is what you're done with for the rest of the race.
Oh, all right. Well, we got 18 minutes and 30 seconds left of that race to see how that plays out. So hopefully they don't get too hot, too buttery there underneath them. We don't see any slipping and sliding, and if they did, well, right now they're coming out on cold tires, so those are going to be fast, but also potentially a little bit hazardous. Let's see how people handle it here. Out in front, James Watson, who was, he was hovering around 2nd and 3rd again after that last restart. He's out in 1st right now. And I think that's going to be the spot that's going to benefit him most. If he has a good restart here, that's going to set Watson up for the rest of this race. And so I think that he is really relying on a good restart. And you can see he's not doing his usual, well, there we go. A little bit, there we go. There we go. As soon as I say it, it starts up. He's got to get those tires warmed up because he's going to want to make sure that they are ready to just grip that road for when he drops it into 1 and 2.
Definitely now I feel that he can relax a little bit, put the hammer down. He doesn't have to really worry about the conservation of fuel. He's just got to worry about getting that car out front, because if you're out front, you do get the benefit of the clean air. You do get the drag, but you don't have to deal with the dudes behind you, and that's the key right now. It looks like traffic has been everything that you want to avoid here this evening. It's almost like they're racing in Atlanta.
It's almost like they're racing in Atlanta.
Yeah, the city. If you ever driven there, you'll totally get it. This is it's touchy here now. Some guys are going to be doing 120. Some guys are going to be, crashed out. Some guys are going to be sitting in the middle, not knowing what's going on. And we're going to be sitting here just watching it all unfold.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to watching it unfold here with my friends here, Brian and Big Al and Kobe. It's great to have you guys together here for what is going to be the last 16 and a half minutes of this race. The lights are off on the pace car. We're going to get things kicked off here very soon here at Worldwide Technology Raceway on Tuesday Night Thunder Shock Series. Looking for the green flag. Here we go. Everyone's lined up. Nice straight line. Waiting for the moment. And there it is. We are green yet again. Massive launch from James Watson.
Austin wasted no time getting it going, understanding that he needs to get out front now. Only going to be looking at the relative as he's just going to put the hammer down and try to lead the remainder of this race. There's no reason for him to even allow these guys to kind of catch up and pester him in the turns. He's just got to be perfect through the next. Where's my timer? 15:44. He'll be okay.
That's right. That's right now.
The trick is basically as long as these guys can keep the gap under about a second, then they'll be able to keep up. It's a draft track, so that's really the gap you want. So you can afford to lose a little bit of space and pace, but as long as you still maintain that 0.6 to 1 second range, you'll be able to keep getting pulled along with the car in front of you and maybe save a little bit of tire along with it. But if you get outside of that 1 second range, you're pretty much toast.
Yeah. Well, that's really, really good insight, because right now here, Brian, what I'm seeing is these guys are all trying to stay inside that bubble, but the one thing that's taken them outside of it has been themselves. In a lot of cases, You've got guys, making moves or driving the car a little bit, and then they slide up into the wall. We've seen Camargo hit the wall at least once from a slide that took him outside of the bubble. And then as soon as that happens, that second is up, and you just never get it back.
And it's definitely tough here because your car definitely again, it comes down to a setup thing, but if you can manage the dirty air in the corners and keep it planted there, then what's going to happen is you get to the end of the straight and you're going to feel like you've got a pretty decent run on the car in front of you. And then what it does is it kind of affects the way you turn in on the next corner. So the exit of 2 here, it's very easy to go wide if you're following in dirty air. And actually the same thing with 4 as well. So in many ways, you just kind of have to be patient, because as a driver, it's incredibly tempting to see yourself gaining on the car at a rapid rate at the end of the straight and think that you can go through and do it. But you've really got to kind of save that kind of stuff until for maybe the last 2 to 3 minutes worth of driving. But until then, I mean, you might be able to pick up 1 spot, maybe 2 there, but it's generally not really worth it to do something like that too soon.
Gotcha. Yeah, too soon, you're going to blow all that energy, and you're not going to have anything in the car left, in the tires or in the, honestly, in the spirit to be able to drive that kind of drive. We almost just saw Murray Pompiani take second place there from Camargo. Not quite able to do it, though. Pompiani falling back just a little bit back into his third place spot. Simon Fell,
that's exactly
also
what I was
back
talking
there.
about right there. Yep.
Yeah. Exactly. It was case and point to that conversation. It was, and Pompiani just didn't have the heat in it, and he fell back a little bit. Maybe he realized it wasn't his time, but there was not a lot of heat in that pass. We saw it was an attempt, but it wasn't a great attempt.
I keep forgetting these guys don't have the push to pass button. Yeah, you're really on your own out there with just you in the elements.
Yeah, it's really just gotta follow the car behind, and there's no extra power to this car. You can just keep the momentum up as best you can and try not to lose it by letting your car wash up the track.
I love it. And have you driven a lot of open wheel, Brian?
This car I've mainlined for the most part. Let's see, Camargo's got it. Good.
Yeah, I was about to say, didn't want to cut you off there, but Camargo makes the pass there. The 59 getting out in front. Watson not sure what to do here. Slides back down. Do-si-do. He's side by side again. Here for the inside on 3 and 4. Wow, you just see that? Camargo got first place, but then he just ended up cycling right back.
He knows exactly what to do. The problem is he's going to have to do it a couple more times because, like Brian was saying, the only true advantage here is just the split second that you have the advantage, whatever it is that you get. So these guys are going to be battling out here definitely towards the end of this thing.
And one thing to watch here is watching the high line, because it's very easy to keep your momentum up and stay on the outside. and kind of maintain your place, because you're forcing the car on the bottom to not only hold their line, but to use a lot more of their tire to not wash up into you, which is the risk you run by holding that higher line, which is kind of, I think, what happened to me earlier, is that, you know, if you try to hold that outside line and stay up there, you do run the risk of you have to trust the car that's on your inside is going to stay there. So
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a, we have caution. We have
Caution's out again.
horses in the wall.
Where'd that come from?
Came from
Miles
that car
Morse?
that
Nope.
hit the wall.
That's right. I didn't see a mark there. It looks like Miles Morse might have been the one who ended up jumping back. Let's take a look in the Wayback Machine. Go back in time a few seconds and see if we can track down the source of this yellow, as we're getting down to the last 10 minutes in tonight's race. Let's see. Here's the replay. Ooh, snap, crackle, and pop.
That, to me, I'm looking at here, I mean, he was 12 laps down. I think he probably had his car fixed and came back out. That, to me, kind of felt like that might have been not having a car's fully repaired and not knowing what the car is going to do to it.
Yeah. I always kind of wonder
very differently.
Yeah, it's going to be a different vehicle. I always kind of wonder in the service here, when you are fully repaired, is it 100%? Is it 99%? Like, is it simulated full repair? Is it like, there's not a lot of transparency to me as a gamer. There's not a lot of transparency into what's being repaired and how much is being repaired. So I couldn't really tell you.
Yeah, as a driver, it feels very much like you can't trust what the car is going to do, which is, honestly, I think it's exactly the way it should be, right? You don't want to have to, sit in the pits for a little while and then have it be, completely brand spanking new, like it was, pre-damage, right? It's, it definitely forces you to kind of feel the car out again. The only problem is you're just not doing it in a practice session. So the minute you find that limit, you're pretty much toast. So
yeah,
and that limit can happen very quickly and sooner than you think. So that is always the risk you run by coming back out after taking some lengthy repairs. You just don't know what the car is going to do at any given moment. So that's why I stayed in the pits, honestly.
Yeah,
I didn't want to come back out and yeah.
It depends on how hard you make contact, what part of the car you make contact with as well. I mean, they've been working on the damage model for some time, but in these cars, I think it peaked a while ago. There are no more updates being done to these little things. So, yeah,
you can pretty much pancake this car against the wall with two tires flush, and it'll be fine. And we've seen that, on quite a few occasions. But if you hit it with one corner further, more so than the other, then yeah, you're in a world of hurt.
Toasted. Absolutely toasted. That is good to know. And I'm actually glad that there's a simulation of that uncertainty that drivers have with a vehicle that's been repaired. You shouldn't have it be exactly the same as it was before it took some damage. And it's almost like saying, hey, we gave you a second lease on life. You're gonna get back out there. You're gonna turn laps, but you're probably not gonna win in this car, bud, because this is a different car now. Right? Yeah, you're gonna wreck someone if you try. So maybe throttle down there a bit, pal. Let's see. As we wait for the boys to throttle up here, the pace car is off. James Watson leading things off. We got 6 minutes and 43 seconds left. 42, 41. It's all going down. Here we go at Worldwide Technology Raceway.
definitely a lot more cautious than we were anticipating here. But as we come down to the last quarter of this thing, I mean, we're really, we have a very select few cars left that are going to make this thing, celebrate the new year, so to speak.
That's absolutely right. Watson in front. Camargo just behind him. Still well within that 1 second gap. He's only 2/10 back. Pompiani back there as well, looking for some action potentially here at the end of tonight's race. And then behind them, it's Fell and Donchak. That's the last guys on the lead lap. Just the 5 of them leading things off here after a field of 11 started this race. It's been a bloody one.
The thing to look at here is the top 3 are going to be fighting a little bit harder with each other. That might slow them down enough because Simon is currently right on the cusp of draft range. He's probably he's probably going to get himself back into it now, but for a while there he was teetering on the brink of losing that draft. So as these 3 front cars start battling out, it's going to slow him down a little bit more, and then that'll bring Simon back in, and this should be a 4-car fight if it keeps up this way.
Yeah, it's a very good point. If this fight starts and it pulls Fell into the mix, it's going to be an exciting finish to the race any way you slice it.
Yep.
As we're down below the 5-minute mark now, folks, once again, I want to thank you all for watching and for participating and being a part of this series and of this race here tonight from Worldwide Technology Raceway. It's been an exciting one. Honestly, a very just a bumper-to-bumper kind of race with a little bit of action here and a little bit of action there. And James Watson doing his thing tonight here on the TNT Shock Series.
Did not have this, there was no clear-cut path. He definitely there was some race management, there was some strategy. All of that came into play. So it's always good to see when we throw everything at it.
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine doing this with 25 cars.
Yeah. Oh, that's got to be exciting. That would be fun to call, I got to say. The 25 cars at this track specifically, that'd be a nice number to be going around.
Yes. When I first started driving in this league, that's what my first experience with Gateway was at a race that I think had something along those lines of numbers, and it was out of those 25 cars, I'd say probably a good 17 of them were in the front pack.
Oh, wow, 17. That's solid.
Yeah,
so solid.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful. Also beautiful. 3 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock. James Watson out in front. You can kind of tell that Pompiani is waiting for his moment still. Like, he's holding back a little bit, I think, and I think potentially. I was about to say so is Camargo, but Camargo's making the move now for first. Tries to make a double pass, can't do it. Slides into place for second. And Pompiani's going to just say, no way. No way. Oh, is now the moment. Now the moment with less than 3 minutes on the clock is now when Pompiani is going to make his move for first. Potentially Camargo trying to split the middle. That's going to freak out Pompiani enough. And Fell is definitely in draft range now.
These 4 are going to pull and push on each other here for at least the next 2 minutes.
I think the answer is yes, for sure. Camargo. Little stability, maybe. He's waving around a little bit. I think he's trying to avoid the dirty air. But he's got to get around. Here we go. Around into 3 and 4.
Running out of time, Joe.
How about 3 laps left? Maybe 4?
Yeah, just about that. Just about that. Out of time is what we're about to see here. It's written on one of their license plates. I know it. A little Back to the Future reference for anybody who remembers that license plate. I think it's license plate from the media. Anyways, yeah, I think these four are where the action is going to be. Now the question is, who is going to throw the first punch in this fight? Who is going to take the first swing and say, I want first place? It's Nija Camargo with a 59 down on the inside, makes the pass on James Watson. 53 seconds left on the clock.
Watson's going to come right back. He's going to try to sub the crossover. Looks like he's going to actually stay on the high side.
That's risky. As you just mentioned, Brian just mentioned, Camargo will have to stay down on the inside in order to make that not a risky move. Now, 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yep, I got the white flag call.
We just got it called, so this is the last lap. Side by side. It's Camargo. It's Watson. Camargo falls back just a little bit. We're in the back stretch now, looking for 3 and 4. Here we go. Down on the inside. Watson giving it his all. He puts a little slide into the back of it. Just enough, though, to stay in first place. Keeps the heat on it. Stays it across the line. That's it. James Watson takes first place here at Worldwide Technology Raceway on the TNT Shock Series. Final race.
2/10 covered all 4 of those guys coming across the line.
Beautiful. What a close finish for this final race here.
86 thousandths of a second, James over Nij, and then another 19 thousandths of a second between second and third. I mean,
wow, 19 thousandths.
Yeah. Well done, drivers, for those who made it.
Well done, drivers.
For those who made it.
We'll tell you what, with that race done, we're going to watch Watson actually celebrate not only this race, but his championship. We're going to actually take a look at that to see if he does any kind of tricks for us here. Always great. There he is. Looks like he's got a little company there.
Right into the wall.
Yeah. So Nij is going to he'll clinch second place in the championship with that result right there. So congratulations to him as well.
All right. Let's go through the order real quick.
Yep, we're going to break down the unofficial results here from Worldwide Technology Raceway. Well, Brian got a promotion. James Watson, first place winner here. Second place, Nija Camargo. Third place, Murray Pompiani. Fourth, Simon Fell. Fifth, Peter Donchak. Big Al, take it away.
Eric Dubois going to be in 6th place. 7th place, Michael Long. 8th, Miles Morris. Connor Mins is in 9th, and Victor Aldrich rounds out the top 10. 11th place going to be Brown Labarge at Westshire, rounding out this 12-car field. With that done, we're going to take a step away, get our last words from our sponsor, and we'll be back with our post-race show.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.
Hey there, folks. We are back on the TNT Shock Series post-race show, and we're going to have some chit-chat with some of the drivers here who finished things off here. First things first, though, we're going to talk with Murray Pompiani, who came in 3rd place, and we'll see how his race went from his perspective. The number 60 of Murray Pompiani. Let's see if we can get him up here. I can't move him either. So, 1... moment while we get that going. We keeping an eye on things here on the stream and watching along. Big Al, if you want to say any thank yous to anyone while Kobe does his thing.
Actually, I'm gonna wait till Kobe gets back.
All right, perfect.
I just want to apologize to everybody because it was brought to my attention by our producer that I totally screwed up the race by getting the timing wrong. So I want to take from the bottom of my heart to apologize to everybody for that. It was actually a 15-minute race.
It shook me, Big Al. It shook me to the core. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, then first things first, we're going to go ahead and talk with Nisha Camargo. And I'm going to actually have pass the mic over to Big Al. Go ahead and take it away, Big Al.
Big Al up in the booth, you got me.
Yeah, I got it.
Hey, man, a great end to a great season for you. You went out there tonight and you really battled the heck out of it. You guys started this thing in 10th place, drove your way through the field, and your name was definitely on top of the leaderboard there, or you were up in the mix for the majority of the competition. How does it feel tonight coming out here and getting it done?
That was a great race. I was just sad that I did my move one lap too soon. Otherwise, it would be a great race.
So why don't you talk us through that a little bit? We were watching you guys as you were coming down to the wire. You and Watson definitely lined up side by side, power almost specific to the point. Just a battle between the fins and the wind. So what exactly took place for you?
Yeah, the outside line has a lot of power here. The exit is way faster. And I tried like a few laps later before. I kind of reversed that, tried to see what should I do, and it worked, but I think at the end I just went one lap too early. Otherwise I should be better, because the lap before Watson didn't have that much speed because I went faster in the exit of one and two. It is timing. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It was a great finish anyway.
Do you think he was kind of anticipating you making that move towards the end?
Oh, I totally think he was expecting that. He was already expecting for that.
Awesome, man. It was a great race, as well as a great season for you guys. I know you're going to be excited about next year getting everything back together, but man, who you shouting out here tonight for this awesome second place finish that you guys ended up with?
It was a great race, a great season. I really hope for the next one to be as good as this one. And I'm really excited for the next one.
Anybody you want to, any plugs or shout outs you got there for the nice performance?
Yeah, as always, TWR and you guys, TNT for making the league, and special today for Wes, because he's injured and he was not able to race today. So he was even saying if he doesn't make it, it's a nice memorial race for him. It's gonna be okay. It's just a rib he's hurting, but it's just for him today.
All right. Well, thank you very much, boss. And as I always say, don't party too hard here. We'll see you next year.
Yeah, see you, man. Thanks.
That was Nisha Camargo. Back to you, Joe.
Hey, thanks, Big Al. We're going to talk to Murray Pompiani. Murray, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can.
All right, my man, you had a really, really great race today. At first I wasn't thinking about, I'll be honest, at the beginning of the race, I was like, Murray, he looks pretty good. He's up there. But then your race was a tenacious one. You were always looking for opportunities, and it seems like you're always finding them. Can you tell us a little bit about the race from your perspective? How'd you feel coming out of that one?
To be honest, I feel a little bad. I had a couple run-ins with people, particularly Brian and Miles. I was battling kind of a loose race car and washing up the track a bit, and I think I hurt a couple people's nights, so I do want to apologize for that. But no, it was a fun time running up front. I got to thank TWR for the setup. It was just absolutely amazing to be able to have this opportunity to run up front.
Yeah, and run up front. You did that. Team Watson Racing setup did numbers for you, and it was racing incidents are going to happen from time to time, but it's good for to hear that there was no obviously no intent, no hard feelings, no misunderstandings here. We all just sometimes get into each other. But what was you said that you had a hard time keeping the car under you. What was your strategy for doing that though? How did you get around that?
Just some very careful driving and just a reminder to keep breathing. I have a bad habit of when I race to kind of hold my breath and just kind of managing that. Just deep breaths, make sure the car stays under you, and don't overthink it when it comes to, you're just turning left. It's not that hard.
Right, you just turn left. You got to relax your shoulders. I had to remind myself back when I used to pretend to drive to stop death gripping the wheel and just relax and just turn left. That's all you really got to worry about. But I'm glad that your race went really well for you, my man. It was a great race for you. Anyone you want to shout out to or thank for your performance here, for your run tonight?
Yeah, I want to thank James and congrats to him on the win. He's just a spectacular teammate and all around just a good guy. He's been very helpful this season through all its ups and downs. Shout out to my company, Grizzled Graphics. If you need graphic design, artwork, I even do iRacing paints, head up grizzledgraphics.com. And thanks to my husband for putting up with my sim racing addiction.
Very good. Yeah, we've all got some of us out here have got iRacing spouses who have definitely are well aware of the addiction. Got to live with it on a weekly basis. So thank you to everybody out there who lets us do what we do, and thank you, Murray, for your time. And we hopefully next time around, I hope I get to talk to you sometime on Victory Lane again very soon, man.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys have a great night.
All right, take care. That was Murray Pompiani, and now we're going to see if maybe we can get James Watson up in here and talk to the champ about how his race went and about how his overall championship went. I'm gonna pop on down and grab him. I'll be right back, Big Al. I'm back up in the booth, Big Al. Hope you didn't miss me too long. And I brought with me a friend. James Watson's here.
Yo.
Hey, James. Big congratulations for you. Big double congratulations for you, because not only did you win tonight's race pretty soundly, but you won the championship.
Yeah, this I really needed this result. It's been a rough last month or so on the track and in my head in general. So I really needed something to kind of turn the tide and get a little bit of positivity. So being able to bring home the win tonight, that was unbelievably massive for my mental health.
Oh, that's great, man. I'm glad to hear that. It feels good to set a goal and accomplish it, and it's so good to hear that that worked out for you and that you're riding this high right now and that we get to share it with you here on the air live. And wow, what a finish too. You have always had this sort of like patient style of racing, I want to say, where you race about 90% of the race. You'll let guys get ahead of you, and then at the end, though, I noticed you like to run second place. Is that about right? Like you'll run second until that last moment when it's time to make that final move?
Yeah, it really just depends on the circumstance. Like a lot of the other tracks we go to that are a bit more driving intensive, I'm always trying to be up at the front and have that control and the clean air. You saw that on display at Five Flags earlier in the season. But when it comes to big tracks like this, where you're dealing with a lot more of a pack race and fuel might be a bit of a thing, I will absolutely kind of just ride around near the front and just save fuel and save the car as much as I can. It actually wasn't necessarily the plan going into into tonight's race. So I was trying to lead basically the whole way, but then once the incident with Murray and Brian happened and got that huge separation from the top 3 to the rest of the pack, that's when I'm like, I could just sit back and try to save a little more fuel and try to stretch it another lap or 2. And so that's exactly what I did. I jumped right behind and was just fuel saving and just taking it easy, and it worked to perfection after the first pit stop, and I was all alone in the lead by myself for like 4 seconds. So it's like, okay. And that's the stuff you gotta do. Pack racing tracks like this, you're never in control of the race like you are if you're leading at a smaller oval. So you have to do what you can to make your own control, and working on fuel strats, maximizing time off a pit road, that's the best way you can build in that control. And unfortunately we did get the cautions that bunched everyone up, and all that control went out the door. So then it just becomes hope and pray, just grabbing control of your car and just focusing on the moves around you and who's doing what and who's making that move when. And thankfully when Naiji made the move to try to take the lead, I was able to hang on. I was able to drive it hard on the outside, stay on his outside, and once I was able to kind of hold that outside lane next to him as we were taking the white, it was knock on wood, not all she wrote, but it was going to make it a lot harder for Naiji to get back to the lead just from the momentum change.
And that's exactly what we saw. He was not able to kind of use that momentum or maintain the momentum to get back by the time you guys got back around for the checkered flag. And that was all she wrote, my friend. Absolutely. That was all she wrote. And that was all she wrote for this championship, with you out on top, with Naiji in second, and with a few other names here I had right in front of me a second ago. In third, with Brian Labarge in third. So is there anyone you want to thank or shout out to for your performance here tonight and your overall performance in the championship? Why not?
Yeah, it's wild looking back and being a 3-time champ in this series now, because like I wouldn't have ever expected to win one, especially in the early days of this series. So to win 3 of 4, it's just absolutely incredible and unbelievable. And I'm so blessed to be able to get these accomplishments and get a little closer to the all-time greats of the series, like Wes, Andrew Barry, Jason Owens. So it's an honor to be able to compete with everyone. And thank Team Watson Racing Setups. Use code Watson39 for 10% off at checkout. Gotta thank everyone at the National Racing Network, Inside Lane Productions, Binks Designs, Icon Sim Racing Apparel, ZS Designs, Dizzy V Designs, and Control Z Designs for doing all of my paints. And gotta thank my folks at home and Megan for watching.
All right, we covered everybody, and we've got a lot of thanks out there. And hopefully, after you get off this call, you'll be hearing a lot of congratulations sent your way as well, my friend. I want to thank you for putting on such an amazing drive this season. What an amazing, was that 6 wins total? I think after all is said and done. And that's half the
sir.
season goes to you, my man. Half the season, and it was a dominating win. And I look forward to following your career and more great stuff out of you very soon.
Here's hoping. Cheers, Joe.
Cheers to you, my friend. And thanks again, everybody. That was James Watson, your champion and winner of tonight's race at a Worldwide Technology Raceway. Breathe in and breathe out. Big Al, how you doing after that? After all that?
And I'm going to tell you what, it's been a heck of a season. I want to thank everybody that made this season happen. All of our sponsors. Want to give a shout out to the main man Kobe behind the scenes, pushing all of the buttons. Our producer making us look good. Joe, thank you for being a heck of a lead man and giving me somebody to follow as well as look up to. And man, we'll see you guys again next year. Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I'm going to echo a lot of the same there. I want to thank everybody for watching and supporting us, everyone who's tuned in over the months and enjoyed the TNT Shock Series as we put it on here. Thank you to TNT Promotions as well. Thank you to Team Watson. Thank you to Inside Lane Productions and Kobe for keeping the lights on and pushing the buttons and pulling the levers and all the good stuff. And to you, Big Al, for being my partner up here in the booth and keeping me laughing and keeping me interested in learning something every day. Every time that we do one of these, I feel like I gain a little insight, and I'm looking forward to doing it even more in the near future. So, folks, we're going to wrap things up here from the TNT, the Tuesday Night Thunder Shock Series. And that's going to be it as we close off the lights or close the doors and turn off the lights. Thank you for watching. Have a great night. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
Here at TWRS, we're always here to help our squad when they need a little push in the right direction. That's just who we are. We're a beautifully diverse group of goofballs dedicated to driving fake race cars as fast as possible. And we continue to push each other to the front using the power of nonsense. We have one of the strongest NASCAR programs on the service, and you can access it all for $24.99 a month. And we just released individual subscriptions for $14.99 a month for each NASCAR vehicle. We also just added a Rallycross program, and our IndyCar program is taking off as well. So come join the weird side. We have speed and cookies. Cookies are not included in some locations.